Hi, this is Mo St. Ange from SPS Spindle, and today we're going to continue on with our video series of causes of failure for spindle repairs. Today I'm going to focus on front bearing contamination on these spindles. One of the misconceptions of these spindles is that they have a labyrinth seal in them. But labyrinth seal is just a maze of metal, similar to this piece here. And as it rotates, it keeps contaminants from getting into the bearings. But as you can see in this case here, after a while, the contaminants still are able to get into the bearing, and which made the spindle fail because of contamination in the bearing. This contamination comes from the outside of the spindle, and slowly egresses into the spindle. The problems with a labyrinth style seal like this one here and this one here is that they only work when the spindle is rotating. If the spindle is in a stationary position like this one, lots of technicians or machine operators like to use an air gun and blow the spindle off of all coolant and debris. Well, because it's not spinning, it is easy for that debris to get into the bearings and contaminate the front of the spindle and the bearings, causing it premature spindle failure. But I have here some methods of correcting that or making the spindle work better that we can add to the spindle that will increase its life. Here's a series of seals. Here's a lip contact seal, which has a speed restriction because it is constantly making contact with the shaft, which generates heat. So there's a surface feet per minute on each seal like this, and if that's exceeded, the spindle will just burn up and overheat because there's contact. So then we move to different styles. This is a nylose ring. It is a non-contact when properly installed, so it can go a little faster in RPM and not allow contaminations inside the spindle. Here's another version of a similar thing where it is a labyrinth built into the seal, and that doesn't allow coolant or contaminants to get into the bearing. Then there's more aggressive ones like this one. It's replacing the whole front cover of the spindle, and basically the same thing, a non-contact seal with a series of O-rings in it, and when this one comes to stop, there is a sealing mechanism in it that doesn't allow coolant to get into the bearings. Then lastly, we go to some that have been done from the factory. This spindle has little holes in it here, and this machine has an air purge, which is air that blows into these holes, which allows air to blow anything out of there. So if any contaminants try to migrate into the spindle, the air pressure will blow the contaminants out. This one also stays on usually when the machine is off, so if the operator does want to blow it off, there's still some positive pressure to keep materials out of this spindle. If you'd like more information on how we can increase the life of your spindle or possibly add a seal to your spindle, please look at our website at spsspindle.com. If you have more of an immediate need, please just give us a call and we'll be glad to help you out. Thank you.